know what was going on. I think a lot of people didn't know what was going on. Like in hindsight, it's like, okay, there's this massive, big kind of cultural phenomenon back in those days, but I think like 99% of people actually didn't know that. So only in hindsight that it has this kind of iconic status. So.
And well, you mentioned earlier, or we heard earlier, that USLADA finds inspiration in the music to make her art.
Right.
Is music then also a second passion of you, or is it giving you an extra pendant to the work environment? How would you classify the music?
I wouldn't say it's kind of related to. Well, I mean, it depends what my work is, which I'm not quite sure. But I think for me, music is like, it's a way to attain to the divine. Like if you want to, like some people will kind of lock themselves up in dark rooms or go to the Himalaya or something. But for me, it's like, there are moments on the dance floor that are just kind of, they're just kind of magical, where you really touch something kind of fundamental about what it is to be human. And that's, I think, when I had this kind of experience, it was like, God is a DJ and this is my church, etc. Right?
You mentioned that you were also a clubber. We heard earlier that the nightclub scene changed a little bit in the last years. Is that also your experience in the area? What is your experience?
In Belgium, yeah. But it's hard to say because, tastes do change. And I mean, it was very much changing as well before that. I think like techno was kind of big in Belgium back in, the 1990s and 2000s. And then it kind of went away and kind of came back. And before COVID, we were developing quite a kind of varied scene with different kind of, clubs and so on. And now I'm not quite sure where this stands, but I think it's also because like musical tastes evolve, and much as I try to keep my finger on the pulse, it's at a certain point it just goes past you, and probably the great parties that I would have gone to if I was 20, that's just not the kind of music that I'm into anymore. So I don't really know. I think the problem here is somewhat that you just don't have the depth of on the demand side. I think we have a lot of talent in Belgium, but I think on the demand side, there's not that much discriminating kind of taste, and so we don't have the quality. So there are a lot of talented people, but they're not going to make much money from doing it because they're not willing to pay for quality. So it's very different from the Netherlands or Germany, where much more chance to make it.
So, and what are your future plans with making music, with the arts?
I don't know. No, I mean just have fun with it. I wouldn't say that I have really plans with it. Like it's not a central part of my life or my ambitions. It's just something that I do because I enjoy doing it. But like I think the social side of it and the way that it allows you to connect with people in a very special way, like that's for me what's most important, whether I'm behind the decks or whether I'm in front of the DJ with friends and so on. So that's kind of the key.